Hey there, Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. Welcome to your reading for December 19th through the 25th. Happy holidays. So you have an interesting card that came out for your overall energy. This is a week. Wow, the first card that comes out, Key to Situations, this healing card. So your card says independence, and it says the more you learn to feed yourself on the inside and care for the inner child, the more freestanding you become. So the more independent you become. And this is really kind of fascinating to me because this week has a lot about Chiron, the wounded child, in the sign of the child, Aries, which is in, if you are Libra rising, this is in your 7th house of partnership. And so it's important to remember that the woundings that we had as a child are carried forward into our adulthood, and they show up in all kinds of relationships. And so this is an opportunity to, we go home a lot at this time of the year, to have those independent conversations where with people and allow them to, see that you are an adult now, and you choose to live as an adult, and you nurture and you care for your own self. And this allows you to free yourself of a lot of emotional baggage that it feels like it's going to be really highlighted this week. We have Jupiter moving into Aries, and it won't be long before Jupiter, in about, I don't know, it's going to come into conjunction with Chiron in a couple months. So this is kind of a little bit of a theme that's going to be carried forward, but we have Chiron moving direct on Friday, and so there is definitely an opportunity, Friday being the 23rd, as again, a lot of people are going home. That is happening. When does that happen? Chiron moves direct during right few minutes before the Cassini new moon, and so it's an opportunity for you to have a fresh new start, to step into your power, to say, I can care for myself, I'm fine, I heal just fine by myself, I'm good. Look, it is a pink butterfly, and so this pink butterfly is definitely about transforming in the heart space of you deciding. This is you deciding, I am who I am now. I don't have to, even if people are pushing my buttons and trying to trigger me to be something else or be who I was. No, look where I've grown. Look how much I've become. And so I'm not that anymore. Because when you have the card of the lily as the key to the situation, it is talking about you taking charge of your own sense of self-worth, self-esteem, and self-love. Those are the things that allow you to have very productive relationships, positive, affirming, beautiful adult relationships, whether they're with your friends, with your kids, your significant other. And a lot of the times it's because there's some stuff that's being carried forward from our childhood that we really need to, just let it go. Wrong thing. Let's see what's the overall energy. Book of Secrets. This is closed. This book is closed. I almost feel like when you're doing this healing for yourself, you're going to have some hard conversations. You might have to open up a little and have the difficult conversations. And why do I think you really need to have them? Because I think it allows you to release and let them go. And by difficult conversations, oh my gosh, how do we do this? All right, so first off, the forgiveness, that thing right there that happens in your heart space, and you don't have to tell anybody you forgive them or not. Sometimes when we tell people we forgive them, they think we're being condescending. And so you don't actually have to say that unless they say to you, do you forgive me? And if you actually do and it helps in the moment, then that is something definitely worth doing. But if you carry around this sense of anger and resentment, the only person you're truly hurting is yourself. They have to do their own healing. When they ask you to forgive them, that's because they haven't forgiven themselves yet, and they have to do that. They're going to have to work their way through it. But sometimes hearing you say that you forgive them makes it easier for them to go on that journey. So again, you'll have to decide, does that benefit the situation or not? And it is truly up to you, right? You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Say that to them. Sometimes they've already passed on and you can't even say it to them, right? And so, but you can still forgive, and you can still release and let go, because carrying that burden is way too much, because we have a lot of transformative energy going on in the situation if you are willing to take the high road. In the action to take, we have the Tower, and the Tower is not like the Tower in Lenormand. Say that again. In Tarot, this is a Lenormand deck. This is having the higher vantage point. This is seeing the big picture. This is integrity. This is integrity. And so this is you. This is you standing in your integrity and being really honest with yourself and with others. But there are ways to have the conversation that doesn't create so much drama. This wounded child is somehow interfering with your ability to connect in to other relationships. And that's why it's important to do this, because we have the card of commitment in the area of the obstacle. And so when we don't find value in ourselves because of whatever wounding, whether it was with our siblings or our parents, or, sometimes being bullied at school, who knows? It was something that generally happens to us, before we were 8 years old, that imprinting, we carry it with us, and it can really affect dramatically our ability to connect with others. And so we get into these very codependent relationships or lopsided relationships, or we just completely shut down and don't get into a relationship. And none of those sound really fun, right? And Libra, you're here to be in a balanced relationship. When Libra shows up in your sun, that's your soul purpose. You're looking to feel very balanced in all of your relationships. That is something that you have a goal that you set for yourself as the lesson to learn in this lifetime. And so quite often there's a lot of opportunities to be challenged to see, can you do this? Can you create this balance? If you are a rising sign and it's Libra, so what that means is that you are actively working to create this balance. And if your rising sign is Libra, this is a challenging period of time that's coming up for you, because in your house of partnerships, you are being challenged by that Chiron that's moving through your 7th house of partnership. And we have the North Node getting ready to move in there and moving toward Chiron to show you the direction. But here comes Jupiter from the other side saying, it's okay, it's all good, we can do this. And so it's a opportune time. And when that North Node is in Aries, that means the South Node is in your sign. And so over the course of the next couple of years, you are going to be being asked to release and let go of the things that hurt you in the past, so that you can move forward in a very balanced and productive in relationship manner. It's a big lift that's coming, and I think you're getting a little taste of that energy here in this final major holiday season before we get this nodal shift. And so it's an opportunity for you to, get a running start on it, So here in the area of what are you seeking knowledge is like, what action do I take? And the action is about healing, and you transform the situation through conversations. We have the birds here. And so there's this conversation that you could be having. In the area of what's draining your energy, we have the moon, right? That's our emotions. Your emotions are draining your energy because a conversation needs to be had. And if you're willing to do this, you can transform in the heart space. And so there's this opportunity over this holiday gathering time to have the difficult conversation in a loving way that promotes healing, right? We want to go for the healing. This is not going along to getting along. This is actually speaking the truth. And so if you can do this, you have the opportunity for a new beginning. So where do you anchor your energy in? You have the opportunity to set down the burden. You can set it down now. You don't have to deal with this for the next 2 years. You could handle a lot of it. It's like scraping off, right? It's almost like they're showing me like a ship where you have to like get all the different layers of paint off in order to put a new paint job on to sail forward. And so there's rusted spots, and there's things that need to be prepared, but it is time to start sanding, to start taking the stuff off and sanding. Ooh, what a word. That does not sound comfortable, right? It doesn't sound comfortable. This isn't soothing you with an ointment. No, this is sanding. This is not necessarily easy. It's just really important. When a snake is shedding its skin, it has to crawl over the rocks to release it. When the South Node is in your sign, you're going to feel like you're crawling over the rocks. You could make your South Node experience easier if you are doing this process. I didn't even mention Libra moon. They just showed me the moon again. So Libra moon, you can feel all this. You can feel this energy, and it's probably affecting your health. What goes on with the moon oftentimes affects our health, our physical health. And so you could be going through a physical healing process right now that is actually related to bottled up energies regarding some kind of a wounding you had as a child. And so addressing those situations helps your body to move the energy through, which aids in the healing process of your physical body, which is really, your emotional body and your physical body are very connected, very, very, very connected. And so if you can focus on the inner child, we're in the area of resources, we have this small child, and she's looking at you, and she says, love me. And this is you nurturing and loving yourself. This is you taking care of yourself. They're showing me Kuan Yin, which is definitely this energy of the pink butterfly. Kuan Yin really wants to encourage all of us to love and nurture ourselves from the wounding we had as a child. So I think for you, Libra, holiday seasons, they're merry and bright. Everything is supposed to be so freaking amazing. And honestly, they churn up a lot of stuff. Some people have the merry and bright. I think way more people feel disconnected. They have triggering situations. They think it's going to be better than I think that the merry and bright happens mostly for children. I mean, the rest of us are all like trying to capture back that feeling. And you can do that for yourself by honoring yourself and doing what makes you feel good. You do what's healing for you. I do think that a conversation needs to be had. It could be the conversation you have with yourself. It could be. But I think if you're willing to let yourself be open to conversations, allow people to say what they're going to say, and then say, I don't know that they meant that. Are they really sorry? You get to judge, right? You're about the balancing. So listen to it, right? Here you are. You've got the scales of justice right there, right? So does it resonate as truth for you? If it does, then allow the healing to happen. If it doesn't, you have ample with contentment. So that moon in Scorpio, which is where the South Node is right now. So Scorpio knows what you're going through, what you're going to go through, because they're going through it right now. It says waiting rather than acting is going to be most advantageous now. So you're wondering, when to go, how to approach the situation. It almost feels like on Monday and Tuesday, this is about waiting for the right moment for the conversation to present itself. The conversation will present itself in divine timing, they're saying. But the healing starts now. You being very comfortable with, they may not understand what they did. They may not recognize. I don't need them to say to me, gosh, I'm really sorry I did that. It's lovely if they do, but you don't need that. You can forgive them and start the healing process for yourself. So you just amble along. You find the joy. You find the happiness. The best revenge is happiness. It's not revenge at all. It's just, I don't need this. I want that. And moving in the direction that you want to go. We get the moon, the sun changing signs. We've got, that winter solstice happening on the 21st. And when that moon moves in, when the sun moves into Capricorn, it really kind of, right? It's that pause. It's that breath. It's that dark time. It actually takes 3 days. If you're far enough north, the sun disappears for 3 days. You don't see it at all. So, not even the light on the horizon. So it's okay to pull your energy in a little bit and to do the nurturing and do the healing. When that moon gets into Capricorn, though, oh, this is the moon in Sag. Ooh, the moon in Sag is carrying Capricorn energy. I got confused for a second there. This is so cool. I guess that's because the sun has while the moon is in Sag, we got the sun moving into Capricorn. Venus is there on Thursday. She's trining with Uranus, another Earth sign. She says, "What is of value to you?" Mercury's already there because you have this Capricorn card here that says discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. You can accomplish the healing. You can accomplish your sense of independence. You can accomplish your sense of self-worth, self-esteem, self-value. Ooh, you have a bonus card. I release the need to know all the answers. The card of doubt. A little boo-boo, too. You don't need to know. You don't need to know everything. Maybe that's why the birds are here in the area of what needs to transform. Because you're trying to get a bunch of answers to things you don't need in order to do the healing. You don't need anybody to explain to you why they did what they did. You don't need anybody to tell you that they're sorry. You probably need to forgive them so you can release the burden. You probably need to start valuing yourself and healing your inner child and loving yourself and doing what's right for you and what's best for you. That allows you to just kind of amble through life. Ooh, that's a number 9. 9 is the number of the hermit. But it's also the number of nearing the completion of a cycle. And it looks like they're going down this tunnel. It's really interesting. And that green of the heart space. Allow yourself to go on the journey into your own heart, to do your own healing. You don't need whatever they've got going on, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. All right. So I see what I did with these cards. That was the Capricorn card. Let's take a look at that Sag card. They actually had me using Whispers of Love for Sag, which I find fascinating in your reading right now. Super interesting. Ooh, you have the Union of Hearts, and I love you. There is a connection of love that defies explanation. And I love you are very important words. The struggle here with this ability to make a commitment, the answer to all that is in healing this inner child. That's all. There's nothing wrong with you. Something happened and it hurt. And it's caused you to be very guarded. It's caused you to be very cautious. But you can identify what it is. Maybe not exactly how it happened or why it happened or who did it or whatever. I think you're not going to get those answers based on what I'm seeing here in the cards. But you can decide to just love yourself. You can decide to reparent yourself. You can decide to be the parent that you needed, the friend that you needed. Whatever it was that you needed, give that to yourself. That new moon in Capricorn is a Cassini new moon. It is an opportunity to do some major healing. And right before that Cassini new moon, that is when Chiron stations direct. And you have this card of Peter Pan, but I don't know if you can see it. There is a rainbow back here. You don't get a rainbow unless there's a storm. This is healing of the inner child. This is your opportunity to truly heal your inner child. And it allows you to really sail forward into the next stage here. This is a week where choosing you to love you, that you have value and you have worth and you're going to do whatever it takes for you to feel good about you, changes everything for you moving forward. You're kicking off the journey already. You're kicking off the journey already for that South Node going through your sign. It's a hard journey, but it's always worth it. All right, Libra, sending you a lot of love. I'm on Facebook every day if you'd like to get a little more of a heads up. I did a 2023 video, the sneak preview for January, February, March. That I will link right here. And I will put the link for the full video for the last 3 quarters if you would like that in the description box below. You guys take really good care of yourselves. Have fun, nurture yourself, do things that you enjoy, and just discipline yourself that you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to, including this really difficult inner child healing. You can do it. All right, you guys take great care. I'll talk to you again soon.